we are now, because Dianic, we're in the scary zone. Elimination cash out.
Exactly. We're on the last team on the waiting list. You basically have one chance of a cash out and one chance of a 3-3. If you make it to then qualify for stage 3, as they will be placed in the third rotation
Of the game right now, folks. So, Jerry, Dianic, take us away.
Thank you very much, Ardy. This is going to be a crazy one. I know I voted Team ESD, but I have to say, I think either 5 Fears or Tycho come through. I just don't... I can't bet on anyone. It's literally all up in the air. Anyone can win, Dianic.
Anyone can win and anybody can be taken out here. As you guys said, there might be a chance for teams to unite against, but also, must be honest, the performance of 5 Fears in that last game wasn't the greatest. They were placed third, and there was a big difference between the first and the second place, and second to third place, and that just shows how maybe inconsistency might be their biggest enemy yet again. You can see Team ESD now being shot by Tycho, and again, Elix and Italco, those are twin brothers. So the revenge fight might be happening here, because Team ESD did prove to be a bit better than Tycho last game.
Yeah, but neither of them made it through in that last cash out, which was really
but
telling.
You know, it's rivalry.
Yeah.
You know,
It is. Yeah, we got to hype it up. It's our jobs, you could argue. Team ESD have control of the vault, and they are running with it in an interesting direction, just trying to keep in cover, it would seem, as someone has been taken out by a Telco at range. So that is a 2 versus 3. We see the plug already successful for 5 Fears, and we see Carnifex trading out with Sub-Zero and Ricardo, leaving only Treason. They've gotten, now it's only Narcos, Sub-Zero and Strike in a 2 versus 1, and they can try and force this steal. I don't think Narcos has the angle. This is some great cover being used by Sub-Zero. That's an early flip going in favor of Nocta.
Very good flippy happening from the side of Nocta, but of course the pressure is there. 5 Fears have all spawned back into the action. They're gonna find themselves now retreating a bit back and setting up another way to deny the steal. The RPG from above will just create enough vertical play, but also, again, the shotgun, because it is so destructible, it can just create so much more, and this is what we've talked about a little bit. It is the way you use the gun, what you do with it, that will make or break your game. As for 5 Fears right now, they're regathering themselves once more, and they need to find a solution here, because it's not going to be an easy take against Nocta.
Ricardo rocking the P90 as we saw him do last weekend. So useful for brawling. You can see right now Narcos, one of the few heavies not using a KS-23 on that shack. So lots more rapid fire action in this fight. Carnifex and Narcos get their kills though. And it's only Strike left defending. Puts the Stealer down onto 6 HP, but manages to get the kill. Crucial kill going out there for Strike with the LH1, but he's taken out by Treason. The coins coming in from Sub-Zero and Rip Ricardo, but they are so far away. We can see the goo pad getting them nearby. The RPG will open up the ceiling above them, and he sticks the steal just in time, unfortunately, for Nocta, who scrambled to try and prevent that. Now, can 5 Fears stick the landing? They are losing bodies left, right, and center, and Team ESD are here with a third party, Dianic. They're getting kills, but Nocta are all up and going for the steal. The glitch connects, but it doesn't matter. The steal just about denied by someone who gets a double kill, wiping out 5 Fears in the process. And can he do more? Yes, he can. He takes out Strike. Ricardo left on 1 HP. Can he get the double team wipe someone? No, he decides to play it safe, get the heals back on his teammate. But my oh my, what a brilliant showing from someone. And he does get the wipe in the end. Wow.
2 wipes back to back. What a play. Listen, someone is basically delivering his Cyborg Narcos even Q performance here. Like, again, these players are absolutely crazy. And again, that sets him up for a great start, considering also how much money they have gotten now, but just a few to kills, and also denied and also made wipes. So the money isn't too far ahead, but as you said, getting those cash outs under their possession is the biggest important part. Kills are great, but they're not going to give you as much value as a vault, as the next fight's already being planned. Team ESD is right below 5 Fears as it's being opened. Gateway also now being set. Someone at the door, not visible because of the light. He does get through. Gonna plug it as well. Quickly done and dusted. And now Team ESD gotta move back to the cash out.
They do. I'm just still reeling from that performance from ESD. This is a ragtag team of, you know, also-rans, essentially. People that have been discarded by previous squads. But they are meeting their match in this fight, at least, as 5 Fears surge forward, taking out someone and Elix, leaving only Duffy in a 1 versus 3. No way he survives that. Team ESD, they do bleed, unfortunately for themselves. 5 Fears take control of that box and get about 30 seconds elapsed on it as well. On the other side, Nocta taken out by Tycho. So, the tide's not turning, it would seem. Team ESD, and I'm also just realizing they didn't even win that cash out when they got the double wipe. It was a Pyrrhic victory in the end. I literally, for some reason, didn't clock that. No matter how well they did there, wiping 2 teams out, they're still way behind in the cash tally, and that's all that matters in the end.
Absolutely, yes. Again, like, kills are great, but it doesn't give you as much value as a cash out. Both of the cash outs are plugged, but they're also very much staggered, so a lot of third-party possibilities here now opening up. A lot of teams could maybe find themselves trying to focus 5 Phase cash out first and then swap to Tycho. As we can see, Team ESD and even Nocta having their attention more towards 5 Phase than Tycho. And even Tycho is trying to chip in from the distance here to just do a little bit of damage. But of course, the cash out is inside, has been now dropped down as well. But the pressure is being brought onto 5 Phase, and we gotta play this one common. Oh, that mine is quite unfortunate. Striker's gonna find himself not being taken out. They're at a disadvantage here from the side of Nocta, and it's still yet to happen. They're just walking around the building, every single team trying to reset themselves, but the time is ticking, boys. There's not much time left. The first 2 kills on 5 years are happening. Treason, the last man standing, is a possible steal, might be happening very soon, but there we go. The gun here again. Look at that pyro mine. Look at that kill. That C4. What a great play. But the steal yet again being attempted, but is it enough time? That is the real question. He tries to do it through the fire, but unfortunately it just cannot be. Great attempt. And now look at every single team switching their attention to Tycho. Good luck.
Massive from Treason there. Understanding the win con, finding the shot onto the pyro mine to detonate that and the C4, and then follow up with a shot with the KS-23 onto an enemy. Did so much damage, gave his life, stalled it long enough. The third party came in, caused enough chaos, and that is once again 5 Fears' cash. Here we have a brilliant defense being taken by Tycho as they pick apart Nocta. Strike is outside. He can't even get a consolation prize as Tycho remain unscathed. And we have now a situation with Tycho and 5 Fears right at the top. My prediction, completely wrong. These 2 teams just better than the rest, able to hold control of this entire cash out. It doesn't matter that someone is fragging out of his mind on Team ESD. They can't get the cash. They need now for there to be a doubled vault, or a doubled objective rather, at the very end of this game. And that's going to be difficult to accomplish if you can't win your fights.
It's very true that double is going to be needed by both teams, ESD and Nocta. Again, the team with the lowest score is going to be eliminated from the competition today. The first plug has happened by the side of ESD. That puts them a bit in a safe space. But look at that second vault. It's being opened by Nocta.
Yeah, they're fighting over the other vault. That's the most important thing going on right now, because that will determine whether teams can make it. There is a decent amount of chance that ESD can actually kill race their way through this if they outdo 5 Fears. There is a chance. But the most important thing for Nocta and for 5 Fears right now is to keep this vault in their possession. Still a 3 versus 3. Who's run through? Who's got that box? It's Nocta, but they're going the wrong way. They need to go to the other objective. Maybe they think that they can win a kill race as well. Look how tight the cash tallies are. Wipes are going to be everything right now, and kills. Some they're about to go down. That's a massive cash tally loss. 15% out of their pocket, but they had not finished claiming that money yet, so it's a bit smaller. Treason getting the steal. If they can keep hold of this, they're definitely through. They'll get a bonus for stealing as well. That puts them right up the top 4 now. Team ESD, though, with their box, are a bit further ahead of the pace, but they are here contesting the other box right now because they need kills and they need to try and get just any money they can from any source.
But on top of that, look at this. Because it's so staggered out, there's a very small possibility of a chance that Team ESD might have a chance to get this one and then steal the other one. Also, they gotta rely on a few of these wipes to happen. Again, Tycho and 5 Fears, they need to wipe here to just bring that cash down a little bit. Nocta have now found themselves on the cash shot from the side of ESD, trying to contest this one, maybe steal it away, but it's just not enough time, especially now with the kills coming in from the side of Tycho as well, trying to interfere a little bit, play the favors here. Look at the kills coming through. It just creates so much more chaos from the side of ESD. They will keep a hold for it as well right now, as it does start to heat up on the other cash out.
think that's 2 more kills that ESD need over Tycho right now to try and do this. And they are going to keep hold of their cash, so that is massive. It will be a kill race down to the final few minutes for that crucial second place unless a steal occurs. Elix taking out a Telco puts a little bit more money in their pocket, but they are still now, it looks like about 3 kills behind Team ESD. So it's going to come down to the wire here. 15 seconds left. I'm not sure they have enough time to do it. Elix is hunting for everything. Lockbolt in hand. He wants to find kills anywhere. He walks into 5 fears. Can he win the duel? No, he can't. Carnifex takes him down. And surely that is it. Not enough firepower in the tank for ESD. And it's going to be Tycho and 5 fears scraping through.
But also, that means we have our first elimination of a team. Again, it really mattered to be in the top 3, of course, of top 2 were so important, but over the time, constantly it was performing 5 phase Tycho. Team ESD, they made it through. Nocta, on the other hand, they were eliminated and they're out of the competition, keeping the spot number 8 as for right now, Warm and Seed. Polarity. What a very dominant game by the 2 teams, which again have already won a previous cycle, and it definitely spoke for itself why they were in those positions.
Oh yeah, I don't want to say it's a bad omen for mediums, but yeah, we have to send the medium guy home. Anyway, yeah, 5 fears to take. Oh, it was a close one there. ESD genuinely had a shot at making it out of this, but unfortunately for them, they will be sent into the waiting list, and it is going to see well, who they'll meet up next out of 5 fears at Takeo. One of them is going into the upper bracket, the other one going into that waiting list with Team ESD. But through this, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell on the outset which one of these 2 teams could genuinely make it happen. I mean, Pika, look at this. He put it on his back. But it goes to show the differences in how these teams went.